Okay, so you want to own a dropshipping empire. No factory, no warehouse, no employees, just a laptop and a Shopify store. Sounds like the cleanest business model ever invented. Until Facebook doubles your ad costs overnight. Until Stripe freezes 6 figures of your revenue for 180 days. Until your best-selling product gets copied by 50 stores before lunch. By the end of this video, you will know exactly why. Dropshipping comes in 3 sizes, and they're 3 completely different businesses. The smallest version costs almost nothing to start. $500 gets you a Shopify store, a product page, and a credit card connected to a supplier in Shenzhen. You list a product you've never touched, run some TikTok ads, and wait. This is the version gurus sell. This is also the version that fails 90% of the time within the first year. The mid-level operation looks more serious. A few winning products across 2 or 3 stores, a small team of virtual assistants, and a monthly ad budget in the tens of thousands. Revenue starts looking real. The problems also start looking real. And then there's the empire. Multiple branded stores, hundreds of thousands in monthly AD spend across Meta and TikTok, a full team, real revenue, and a set of structural problems that almost nobody talks about before you get there. But before we get to the problems, let's understand why the model exists at all. The basic structure is this. You build a storefront, you run ads, a customer buys something, you forward that order to a supplier who ships it directly to the customer. You never touch the product, you never hold inventory. Your only job is to make the math between what you charge and what the supplier costs work in your favor. On paper, the margins look beautiful. Source a product for $8, sell it for $30. That's a 73% gross margin. Better than most retail businesses on the planet. The global market around this model is enormous. The dropshipping industry was valued at roughly $400 billion in 2024, projected to reach $1.2 trillion by 2030. The opportunity is real. So why do most people fail? Because gross margin is not net margin. And the distance between those two numbers is where the empire either gets built or gets buried. Here's what that distance actually looks like. Take that $30 product with an $8 supplier cost. Gross profit, $22. Now subtract the ad spend required to acquire that customer. In 2025 and 2026, on Facebook and Instagram, cost per 1,000 impressions has been running between $15 and $25, depending on the niche. The average cost to convert a cold customer into a purchase typically runs between $10 and $18 per order in competitive niches. Subtract payment processing. Stripe takes around 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction. Subtract Shopify fees, app subscriptions, refunds. That $22 gross profit is now somewhere between $2 and $8 of actual net profit per order. In some niches, it is negative. The business looks like it is making money. The bank account quietly disagrees. This is the core trap. Revenue scales, and net margin does not automatically scale with it, and the AD costs are getting worse every year. Facebook's advertising auction is a bidding war. Every dropshipping store, every brand, every app, every local business is competing for the same eyeballs. As more money floods the platform, the price of attention goes up. Industry data shows cost per click and cost per 1,000 impressions rising roughly 15 to 20% annually in competitive e-commerce niches. A campaign that was profitable 18 months ago may now be break-even on the exact same product. TikTok entered the picture as the cheaper alternative. And for a window, it was. That window is closing fast. Costs are rising as more advertisers pile in. Here's the part that breaks the empire builder's model. You cannot raise the house edge. A dropshipping store is constrained by what the market will pay. If your competitor sells the same product for $28 and you need $32 to stay profitable after ad costs, you lose the sale. The ad auction raises the floor. You can't raise the ceiling. The mathematical advantage that made the model attractive slowly gets eaten alive by platforms you don't control every single quarter. So let us say you survive the ad math. Revenue is real. Money is hitting your account. Then Stripe sends you an email. Your account is under review. Payouts are on hold. Please allow up to 90 days while we assess your risk profile. 90 days is the official line. Merchants who have been through it report actual holds stretching to 180 days. 6 months of revenue sitting in a processor's account, completely inaccessible. Here's why this happens. Stripe and PayPal classify dropshipping as a high-risk merchant category. Long shipping times increase dispute rates. Inconsistent product quality generates chargebacks. Fast scaling triggers automatic risk reviews. This is not a bug in the system. It is the system working exactly as designed. The problem is that most empire-level operators use customer payments to fund supplier orders. The cash is supposed to cycle through in days. When Stripe freezes it for months, the whole machine seizes. Orders stall. Disputes rise because of delays. Rising disputes justify the hold. The hold causes more disputes. It is a spiral that has ended more than a few apparently successful businesses. And this points to something deeper that almost nobody explains up front. The empire turns out to have been built on rented infrastructure at every single layer. The ad platform can change its algorithm or ban your account. The supplier can raise prices or go out of stock. Shopify can change its terms. Stripe can hold your money. None of these are your platforms. You are a tenant in every part of your own business. One stock outage on your hero product is an existential event. One processor freeze during peak season can wipe out months of work. One algorithm change can kill your acquisition overnight. Sometimes all three happen in the same month. This is the structural risk that no guru screenshot ever shows you. Now let's put real numbers on it. One solid store, one winning product, $5,000 a month in ad spend, a 2% conversion rate. At $30 per order, that's roughly 300 to 400 orders a month. Revenue around $10,000. After supplier costs, ads, fees, and refunds, real net profit sits somewhere between $800 and $2,000 a month. Not passive income from a beach. A part-time job that requires constant attention. Scale it up. $50,000 a month in ad spend across Meta and TikTok. Multiple stores, multiple products. Monthly revenue of $200,000. After supplier costs, ad spend, platform fees, and refunds, net margin lands around 10 to 15%. That's $20,000 to $30,000 a month in profit. Real money. But the operation that generates it requires daily management, constant creative testing, and a payment infrastructure sophisticated enough to handle high-risk merchant status across multiple processors. Step back for a second. The economics of this model are paradoxical. Dropshipping has some of the lowest barriers to entry of any business ever created. And yet, the failure rate rivals the most brutal industries on earth. 90% of stores fail within the first year. Why? Because low barriers to entry mean maximum competition. Every product that works gets copied within days. Every winning ad creative gets replicated. Every profitable niche gets flooded. The model rewards people who move fast, test relentlessly, and adapt constantly. It punishes anyone who expects it to run itself. The gurus are not lying about the revenue numbers. They are just leaving out the ad dependency, the processor risk, and the fact that the window on any winning product is typically measured in months, not years. The operators who figured all of this out, who built real brands on top of the dropshipping model, have exited for 7-figure and 8-figure sums. That outcome exists. It just doesn't look anything like the laptop on the beach. Like and subscribe for more.